Google is offering free AI training and tools to U.S. small businesses so they can innovate in ways both big and small. Built by Google experts, the Google AI Professional Certificate equips small businesses with practical AI skills. Through hands-on projects, they can start using AI to get more done and unlock new opportunities for their business. This is a new era of American innovation. Find out more at grow.google/business.
Sierra has all the best active and outdoor brands you need. From athletic stuff, like a full-court pickup game, swish, to athletic-ish stuff, like a half-mile stroll. Get those steps in. And for morning hikes up the mountain trail, good pace. To nighttime ghost stories from the camping chair. What a twist. Whatever level of active, Sierra loves it all. Head to Sierra or Sierra.com for the brands you want at the prices that let you do it all. From athletic to athletic-ish, Sierra's got it.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Lexx Education. It's the comedy science podcast where comedian me, Laura Lexx, tries to learn science from her nerdy, normal younger brother, Ron.
Hello, I'm Ron.
And today we are 4. It's our 4th birthday, Ron.
I think so little of you. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? There's only 3 of us.
No, not 4 people. We're 4 years old, Ron. We're like 1,000 times older than most podcasts.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like we started early, but we've just kept going.
Honestly, I can't believe it's only been 4 years. I can't remember my life before we were doing this.
No. We're like those people at the end of a marathon where everybody's having dinner and there's just one guy stumbling along. And everybody's like, why are you still going? This can't be fun for anybody. And nobody's still watching you run, but they're doing it just for them. That's us.
And everyone else has video podcasts and they're all speaking to Louis Theroux.
Well, we tried video for a tiny bit, didn't we? And then we were like, this is work. We're not doing this anymore. We're a podcast for the purists. Anyway, those of you that have been with us for some time will know that every year for our anniversary, we welcome a guest onto the show. It is the only time we have a guest. So if you're that person that emailed me once a week for a little while...
I guess we're not related to.
Yes, that's true, yeah. Oh, well, on the Patreon we have guests. Someone was emailing me for ages trying to get this guy that, does a tutoring website onto the podcast, and they'd gone out of their way to try and personalize it. They'd listen to a small segment of the thing. We're like, just like recently you were keeping your learning brief while you and Ron did blah blah blah. And I was like, but don't try and make it out like you've listened to the podcast, because we fundamentally don't have guests, so you're fucking showing your ass here. So if you're that
better
person,
than the people that wanted us to shill dildos for them.
Didn't I say yes to that, though, and then they never came back?
Yeah, we tried to see how far we could push it.
I'd have sold dildos. At least I fundamentally believe in the product. I believe our adverts now are for gambling and, science diet pills, so... At least dildos
Robyn,
is something I'm proud of.
We were emailing them back live on air being like, yes, we will sell dildos for you, but we really want to stress, we are siblings.
Anyway, that third amount of laughter that you can hear is our guest for our 4th anniversary episode, a dildo salesman from Philadelphia. No.
I'll be honest, I've been called worse.
It's Robyn Perkins, everybody. Hooray! Now, Robyn, I know from the world of stand-up comedy. We used to do normal stand-up together, and then Robyn has specialised into shows that she has created. The 2 that I do with Robyn sometimes, one is called Shrink Wrapped, which is a wonderful show where 2 comedians come on and do some stand-up comedy and then get analysed by an actual therapist on stage. Real fun. And the other one is Comedy for the Curious, which is a very science comedy-based show because, Robyn, you're a scientist lady.
I am. So I used to do marine biology back in the day, which is very exciting. I mean, I haven't done it for a very long time, but I still dive in. I love it. And I've been doing actually a kid show as well, which is all about, this year is all about coral reefs and everything as well. So I'm very excited about that. Yeah, I love marine biology. I love animals. I love science. And also, I just love it all. I don't know why I just did dick jokes for the first 5 years I was doing comedy.
Well, they're funny. I have some wonderful coasters from Comedy for the Curious all about the amygdala and everything the amygdala gets up to.
Oh, I know these coasters.
Yeah, you've seen these coasters. They come from Robyn's show, Ron.
Oh, congratulations. Yeah.
So Robyn is a natural choice, and maybe we'll have you back on a Patreon episode to talk about the amygdala, because that's really cool. That would be a fun episode. But for today, we said, please come on the show, and you said yes. And I said, what would you like to talk about? And you said a word that
Coral
every time I go to
reefs
say it disappears from my brain, but it's something like nudibranchs. Nudibranchs.
Nudibranchs.
Yes,
nudibranchs.
right.
Although some people call them
bronch.
nudibranchs.
Yeah, that's how I would say it.
Yeah, there are two things, because I started diving in the US when I was doing coral reef research when I was 17. And they always said nudibranch. And then when I started diving in Australia, everybody said nudibranch. And then I tried to figure it out, and I think both are correct. It just depends on your accent. Because, there are some British words, like bath, and bath. How do you say bath? Bath. What do you say?
Bath.
Bath. Yeah.
It depends. It's location based. If I'm in the West Country, I might say Bath, but
We wouldn't say bath, you'd say bath.
I'd say Bath more for the place than I'd go for a bath, but I'd go to Bath.
Oh, would you?
Yeah.
That's weird one.
Sorry.
Well, nudibranchs.
Because I say going to Bath is way posher than having a bath.
I think I want to separate myself from the people in Bath.
Oh, yeah, they are.
There we go. I just said Bath. I'm talking out my house. Don't worry.
Uh-oh. Anywho.
It's too hot.
Nudiboobs. So what's a nudiboob?
Okay, so it is a type of sea slug, but not all sea slugs are nudibranchs. It's very common misconception.
Okay.
But they're like little sea slugs, and they do amazing things. I mean, some of them are small, some of them are massive, some of them are like 30 centimeters. They live all over the world, cold weather, hot weather.
Are sea slugs related to land slugs, or is it like seahorses and horses?
Well, I think they're in the mollusca. I think they have the same family. I think they're probably closer to mollusks than they are seahorses. So I started doing research in coral, and that's what I know. And then I became obsessed with nudibranchs because they're really colorful. So they look like normal slugs.
Because you say slug, you think grey-brown.
Yeah, you do. But these guys are have you seen pictures of them?
No, but let me Google while you tell us.
Okay, so
if
you're listening, I know we're not doing a video, but this means that you can, while you're listening, Google nudibranch and then just...
Oh, but it's spelled nudibranch.
Yeah, but...
Okay, so these things look like the stimulus for Pokemon. They're very colorful. They're wispy. They look alien-y. They all look AI generated.
There is a nudibranch Pokemon, actually.
Is there?
There's two of them. They've inspired. Oh, so there's one, and I said, oh my god,
there's one here that looks like a purple and orange Stegosaurus.
Yeah, so they inspired a couple Pokemon, but there is one nudibranch that looks like Pikachu, and I saw it on a dive once, and I lost my mind. Because it's tiny. It's like less than a centimeter big. The Pikachu one. Oh, it's so cute. So, all right. So there's over 3,000 species of nudibranchs, right? So a lot of them, all different colors. I think they're like the drag queens of the ocean. They're just full. But they get, so how a lot of them get their colors is, although they steal stuff. There's so many fun facts. Yeah. So they will eat poisonous plants, or like the blue one, the famous one with eats Portuguese man o' war, steals the poison, absorbs it, and then they became poisonous.
Whoa.
I was going to say, are they all poisonous? Are their colours a warning sign to not eat them?
Yeah, they're not all poisonous, but most of them, or a lot of them are. I mean, yeah. So, but
I think you have to be, don't you? If you're just a slug, you have to have some kind of defense system beyond just, please don't eat me.
Yeah,
but slugs
although
don't.
Weirdly,
Slugs are toxic to dogs.
are they?
Yeah.
Everything's toxic
know
to
that.
dogs.
Not just my dog, though, Ron. Like all dogs.
Oh,
I remember once having a slug in my house and like casually tweeting something about it, like this slug is here. It's too hot to move to get it out, so I guess I just leave it here till the dog eats it. And then 50 million people called me a twat for killing my dog. And I was like, I'm not actually going to feed a slug to the fucking dog, you internet morons.
and it can't be that bad, because otherwise you'd never be allowed to let your dog into the garden.
Well, I think dogs just know. Dogs just don't try and eat them.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I don't think they're gross. But nudibranchs are way cooler. I mean, they are really colorful, but also they can't really see well.
Oh.
They can't appreciate their own color, which I think is really sad. They could just see the difference between black and white, but then they have these amazing colors. So that's one thing about them. But then
So they
also
must
there's
live in relatively shallow seas then, do they, to be very colourful?
I know they live in. No, I think some of them live. Is it okay if I don't know everything?
Yeah. Have you heard me
Welcome to the
talk
show.
ever? Most of our show
Like,
is we do an episode and then we patiently wait for the Discord to tell us the actual things we were talking about.
Oh dear.
Our listeners are
No.
much smarter than we are. They listen to it to feel better about themselves, and we learn from their corrections.
I don't know. I know they live in really cold climates and really hot climates, but I don't know how deep they go. I think they do go deep.
Oh, okay. I just thought
yeah.
everything that lived deep was kind of grey and shitty.
Oh no. Now I feel like Discord is gonna really not like me. But okay, so all right, so sorry, I get really excited about it. I also have nudibranch coasters. I'll give you one next time I see you. So all right, so they don't just steal poison. There's a couple of them that will like see algae and then like absorb the algal cells and then start doing photosynthesis.
Oh, like the animal
Yeah.
does photosynthesis.
Yeah, they're like the
How?
only animal in the world that does photosynthesis. They absorb the the cells that. Sorry, this is the little.
The
It's
cytosine.
not the chloroplast. That one. Yep, into their.
Is that right, Ron?
Into their body.
No, you've just said a random
Crap.
cytosine.
I bought it. I bought the name. What's the name?
Chloroplasts are the organelle that do your photosynthesis.
No, but it's not chloroplast. It's something else that they absorb into their bodies. I now realize I should have redone research before coming on here.
Phytoplankton?
No, not phytoplankton.
Because chlorophyll is the green stuff, but chloroplast.
Chlorophyll's the stuff in chloroplasts, yeah.
See, I knew that,
Yeah.
Ron.
But it's not that they have a.
Ron, I knew that.
Yes! Well done.
Ron, do you want to hear the dream the joke that I dreamed the other day?
Sure.
Did the nutty professor work in macadamia?
Macadamia nuts is
Yeah.
the joke that you're making. I can't
Yeah.
quite get there, though.
And academia. Because he's a professor, but he's nutty.
Sorry, say it again.
Did the nutty professor work in macadamia?
Oh, the first time you said it, I just heard academia, and then I made the connection to macadamia.
Oh.
Okay,
That's why it was a dream joke, not a joke that my conscious brain thought up. It's good though, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I've got it.
Okay,
it's really good.
we're back.
I'm back on. I'm back. I'm sorry. Okay, so it's called kleptoplasty. So, but they do, kleptoplasty. But
That's the stealing,
sense.
is it?
Stealing
stealing
cells,
of it.
yeah.
So they do digest the chloroplast, and then they're like, and then they keep them in little kleptosomes, and they actually do the photosynthesis. And I think that's the difference, because there's a lot of things that have like symbiotic relationships with other plants, so they benefit from the photosynthesis. However, they're the only animal that actually photosynthesizes, which is, I think,
Which is similar to how
phenomenal.
we think chloroplasts and mitochondria evolved. Like that they'd be absorbed by other cells and then used.
Yeah. Actually, do you want to? This fits into my fun story. Do you want to hear? Do you want to hear a fun story?
Yes.
Every day, yes.
Okay. So I was working in a marine biology lab, Scripps in California, which is one of the big ones, and I was working on diatoms, and so I needed dry ice, to freeze
Diatoms?
the samples of the. Yeah, diatoms and dinoflagellates, little single-cell organisms that they were causing the red tide. I was actually doing.
Are
the
they
effects of
what's
UVB light.
floating around? Is it diatoms that's floating around when you're doing the cell stage of spore? And they're the sort of like geometrical kind of see-through guys that are the bobbish that's sort of bobbing around.
Maybe.
I'm going
I
to Google
forgot
them.
that spore existed.
Oh, you've diatoms and dinoflagellates that both that you can have them like just floating around in the water, but most of them are single-celled organisms, so you wouldn't necessarily see them singularly.
Spore fans, I was right. That is what they are.
Wow. I feel like before coming on here, I was like, I'm so smart. They want me as a guest. And we've been doing this podcast for 10 minutes, and I feel like I don't know anything anymore.
That is the effect that we have on people. We take stuff that you really thought you knew and we make you question yourself, everything you've ever known, because sometimes we'll just say a confidently wrong thing to question you and you'll question yourself. Welcome to Lexx Education.
This is not the temperature that I need to be sweating more for other reasons.
It's all right. Ron's wearing a wine cooler down his back. So.
I've sapped all of the cold out of it now, though. It's useless.
Okay, right. So I'm in this lab and I'm studying with diatoms, and I needed dry ice to freeze the samples, right? So I go to get the dry ice, which is under lock and key, and because it's dangerous, because it's dry ice, and I've got my gloves on and I'm getting my dry ice, and this like 90-year-old man walks in and was like, "Can I have some?" And I'm in the lab, but you're not supposed to give away dry ice to anybody because it's super dangerous. But I was like, I guess so, because he's 90. So what's he gonna do with it? Maybe 95. He was quite old.
Freeze himself. He's
gone
gone far enough. He wants to wake up in 2100, baby.
He's probably 300 years old, just because every so often he gets some dry ice.
Yeah, he just waits for a fit blonde woman to be in the lab and then walks in and is like, "Hey, baby, give me some dry ice. I'm so old. What could I possibly do with it?"
So I'm like, okay, sure. And so he walks over to the freezer, grabs a piece of it with his bare hands.
No. Maybe
Yeah,
he's only like
pops it-
25. He just keeps touching himself with dry ice.
So then he pops it in his mouth.
No.
Yeah, looks at me, blows a smoke ring with it,
This is a
and
genie.
walks out of the lab.
That was not a real man. This is some kind of fever-induced gin. that
yeah.
you
Yeah. What had
So,
you
yeah.
taken before
No,
this happened?
Nothing. I swear, I saw it happen, and I was like, I don't know what's going on. Like, he actually blew a smoke ring, and anyway, I don't know, and so he left. And then I immediately went home and told all of my friends and family. And 2 days later, I was walking down the hallway with my head scientist, and I see the old man, and I was like, "Hey," and he was like, "Hey," and then she was like, "Oh my God, do you know who that is?" And I was like, "Yeah, he ate dry ice in front of me." And then she was like, "No, that's Benson from the Calvin Benson cycle." the guy that discovered the dark cycle of photosynthesis.
Wow.
Whoa! I'm not googling the Benson cycle.
And now he's chowing down on dry ice.
Yeah, I mean, he's no longer alive because this was a very long time ago. But yeah, I mean, Calvin got all the credit because in the textbooks, it's always like the Calvin cycle, but it's really the Calvin-Benson cycle.
I remember Why didn't you say the Calvin cycle? I remember that.
Well, because
that's why he's eating dry ice is because Calvin got all the credit, and
anything for some attention.
He's coping. He's coping best.
He's like a naughty second child.
So just indulge me for a second. What's the dark side of photosynthesis? Is this where you I don't know, like do plants light up? Do they take in carbon dioxide and give out light?
No, it's when they all go to therapy and talk about trauma.
You'd make them do it on a stage.
No, so the light cycle is when you take in like the sunlight and the water, and then the dark side. I am going to get this gloriously wrong. It's got the ADPs in it. That's what I remember. It's come on, run. Calvin cycle.
It's
more of like the sugar ATP kind of energy backside of things where you don't need light for it. Right?
I mean, there's a silence in the record that I'll edit out, but I'm just saying the silence isn't on me. It's not my job to know this stuff. Ron.
Look, I
came on for Coral. Okay.
Get that on a t-shirt.
This is my day off. We've got an expert on. I don't need to know this shit.
Okay, fine. All right. It's the process that plants use to turn atmospheric carbon dioxide into glucose. That's what I said.
I thought that was normal photosynthesis.
No, well, because there's one of them takes the sunlight and the other one does the, I don't know, the back half.
Never mind.
Photosynthesis, photosynthesis gets the sunlight and makes ATP, and then they convert ATP to glucose with the carbon dioxide to long-term store the energy?
Yes.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. I'm
Gotcha.
Sorry. I'm sweating even more now. But yeah, Calvin Benson. I met Benson, but Calvin gets all the credit, which is yeah. Anyway, back to the nudibranchs.
Yes.
Okay. So, where were we? Right. So some of them take the chloroplast and then they do it in the klepto thing, and then they produce their own. And then once they start photosynthesizing, they don't even need to eat anymore.
Oh.
That's sick.
Yeah. They're just like.
So they're gastropods, so they're going around and just eating everything that's underneath them, like algae and stuff off rocks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Right. But also,
do they have crazy
sponges,
dicks?
Oh, okay. So they're.
Because slugs have crazy dicks, right?
Yeah. Okay. So they're hermaphrodites, and so, but when they do have sex, what is first of all, it's super quick, apparently, which it's like a handshake, and they will mate with anything, whoa, like.
So next time I'm lonely, I just head to my nearest reef.
Yeah, they like shake hands. They're actually. So different nudibranchs eat different things. So they're particular about what they eat, but they're not particular about who they fuck. Which, in a lot of ways,
I'm the opposite.
Is me. Oh no, I'm very much a nudibranch. If you give me a store-bought sandwich, you can go fuck yourself.
Or fuck you.
But yeah, apparently, if they happen, because they can't see very well, so they'll be like, oh, I'm just on my journey, and then they'll pass somebody and who's their own species, and they're like, oh my god, let's fuck, and then they just do a little handshake, and things go in things, and then they leave. That's it. That's all
right. Free loving. They've got very colourful outfits. They're kind of like the hippies. They like their select vegan food, and they like to be self-sufficient, making their own chlorophyll and photosynthesizing. Yeah. But free love, man.
Tie-dye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. The other thing that I think is kind of funny, not funny. Well, sorry, I don't want to insult the nudibranchs. I don't want to say that their mating is funny, but because they're hermaphrodites, when they do, it's kind of like a race to see who can get the dick in first.
Oh,
That's the only one. Yeah, the other one doesn't get to play
they
with
all
its
want to
It's
talk.
not like a
Because then you don't have to waste your energy growing the eggs.
No, it's just only one of them gets to. One of them goes and the other one. I don't know.
Oh, I thought.
Yeah, it's not like.
But then surely that doesn't matter because you're still getting
hermaphrodites.
50% DNA from each.
Yeah.
But it's just coming's
it's
better.
Just sad that. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't imagine that they enjoy it as much as. I don't know.
Because
I would always
like
rather
land
come
slugs.
than not come. So
Yeah,
I get it.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm feeling nudibranch energy. You've just met someone. One of you has to get splattered on. I would rather do
Yeah.
the splatter and run than just have
Yeah.
stranger jizz all over me and then be left with a potential baby. I agree. I don't think they're mad for this.
No, I completely.
Think about it.
Completely.
You get in a lift. One of you's got to come. The other one doesn't have to be come on. What are you going to do, lads?
And they're also, I mean, they have a sexy name. So nudibranch,
Why
I know,
did that
doesn't
have to
sound
happen
sexy.
in a lift?
I just thinking that's a place where you just meet someone for a brief amount of time.
Yeah, but how many floors? Like, I
Are
guess
you both
that
on the
is-
first floor and you're just both going to the ground floor, you know? It's speedy.
I suppose that is probably the amount of time it takes a nudibranch to have a one-night stand.
I reckon.
Yeah.
If you're that lazy, you're not going to be that quick in the lift.
I don't know. I mean, so their nudibranch actually means naked gills. And I know that's about the way that they breathe, but, I mean, they've got nudity in their name.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Because their little gill things, how they breathe, there's nothing covering them. They just... Whereas, like, other fish have covered gills.
That makes me want to say it's bronch because, like bronchitis, that must come from the same root of lung, gill, bronchial.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I was right when I was 17.
You're
think-
always
yeah.
right, Robyn.
I don't know. I mean, I really got stressed about the dark cycle of photosynthesis about 5 minutes ago. Oh.
Whoa, they get huge. Some of these
Yeah.
nudibranchs are huge.
Some of them are like 30 centimeters long. Yeah. Yeah. And some of them are cannibals as well, I would say. Some of them, they're really colorful.
When they breed, are they
Yeah.
having like a litter of slugs, or is it like what's the breeding like? Like, because
Yeah.
can I ask a really stupid question? What are they? Are they bugs? Are they fish? Are they plants? What are these guys?
They're mollusks. So they'll have larvae. Like basically, they're born. They have they have their sex, and then 2 to 3 weeks later they have larvae,
Okay.
and then a litter of larvae. I don't know, a bunch of larvae.
Yeah.
and obviously like not all of them are survive. Most of them probably won't survive.
Yeah. Okay.
because they just
But
kinda-
mollusks, Laura, so Laura's not great at like phylogeny. She doesn't really understand sort of like what a mammal is. Mollusks will cover like I think mussels and clams and that sort of thing, but then also gastropods, which is snails, these guys, slugs, those sort of things. Barnacles, I think, are mollusks. Those like gooey guys with a weird shape.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, the marine gastropods. So yeah, did you guys ever have the acronyms for the kingdom, phylum, kind of that thing in school?
Assume no.
Yeah. You tell us.
When we were in school, like in the States, they had like a Dear King Philip came over for good soup.
What?
Which was Did it or like all right, so deer is domain, king, kingdom, Philip is phylum, and then for the kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species.
Oh, this rings a bell. I don't know if I've seen someone study it in a sitcom or did it myself at school. All my memories are now in a soup that dear King Philip might have enjoyed. But yes, okay, I vaguely know what you mean. Yes.
Right. So when you get down to like the mollusk is just a big, it's higher up there. And
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, is what I was saying. So they're gastropods. And then also sea slugs. Like sea slugs are one above as well, because there are, so one of the famous ones, which is the sheep. Oh, you should Google like the sheep nudibranch, right? Because it's like green and it looks like a tiny little sheep. And that one is actually not a nude. Yeah, right. So adorable. It's one of the photosynthesizing ones.
I do not see that and think sheep. Peacock, maybe.
Yeah, it's a good point, actually.
I guess the face is a bit like a little derpy sheep, but...
Oh my God, they look pretend. Sorry about my dog going ballistic in the background, by the way. I showed her this nudibranch and she's gone crazy for it.
Absolutely furious that there are some just like AI slop images of nudibranch, like this sheep nudibranch, where it's like they are mental enough on their own. We don't need to generate shit images of these.
No, absolutely not. So technically nudibranchs are an order, which is, so you have order, family, genus, species, but the sheep one isn't a nudibranch. It's a sea slug. So not all sea slugs are nudibranchs, which is very, I only learned that recently, and I was like, oh my God, because I've been calling it a nudibranch for ages, and I've been a liar.
So taxonomically, like what sets the sheep one apart? Its gills are covered up.
Well, so the sheep one is, sheep one is not technically a nudibranch, but I think it's the gills, because naked gills, they must have bare gills to make them a nudibranch. So, but they're all, I mean, they all look really like cute, but the ones they're all like most of the ones that I've seen have been about 10 centimeters or smaller.
Okay. Oh, but they're not like because some of them are so cute. That when you look at pictures of them online, I've sort of, my brain has kept telling me, oh, they must be microscopic, but they're not. They're like proper size.
Yeah, the biggest one that I saw one in Australia this year, in Perth, that was probably about 12 centimeters long. Like it was huge. But most of the ones that I see are probably about 5 centimeters long. But the Pikachu one was like 1.5.
Yeah. And are they rare?
So depends where you go. Like apparently if you go diving in Scotland, they're everywhere. But then you have to, it's so
You have to be in
cold.
the sea in Scotland.
Yeah, which is you have to be in a dry suit. When I was diving in the Caribbean, I never saw one. But in Perth, so I'll dive a couple times in Perth, Australia every year. And they actually have one called Chromadorus westraliensis. Which I am definitely, but it's almost like the species name of it is like Western Australia. It looks like that, but that species in particular is everywhere in Perth. Like I saw about 10 of them on a dive, which I was like, amazing, this is incredible.
Yeah.
But then the other species are really rare. Like the Pikachu one that I saw, that was like super rare. And there's one that looks like a bunny. Like if you type in bunny nudibranch, that one's like smaller than the tip of your finger. It looks like a fluffy little bunny. I think those ones are super, super rare. But then the blue one, which is the Glaucus atlanticus, that's the one that eats Portuguese men of war. That shut down a beach in Spain last summer because there was like a outbreak of them and they're poisonous.
I have a fun fact about Portuguese man of war. That's not one creature.
Ah.
They're like a little colony of like worm things, and they all just kind of live
Whoa.
together in a pile.
Wow. That's like, okay, so coral, also a colony, right?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I don't know how, but the jellyfish are incredible. I'm going to talk about coral in a second because I get really excited. But one of the fun facts that I've learned all these like random animal facts for the kid shows that I'm doing, which are, did you know the immortal jellyfish it's not like it just lives forever. When things get rough, it goes to an earlier version of itself. Just goes back to its larval state and starts life over.
Me too, but
wish I
my
could do that.
therapist said that that's called retreating and disassociating. Regression is not okay. You have to face where you are right now. Ugh.
Well, you should tell the immortal jellyfish that. It is absolutely
Just going to a different backup. That's amazing.
Yeah. It was we did a game in last year's show where they had to tell us like superheroes and supervillains, and I would try to come up with an animal with the same skill. Which then made me just learn all like the craziest stuff that animals do. Like
Yeah.
like just like mind control. Yeah. Like there's so many animals that do mind control.
What?
Yeah, like
How?
the wasps. Wasps are really messed up. The emerald cockroach wasp will sting a cockroach and then control its mind, and then is like, "Hey, do you want to come home with me? And I'm gonna just feed you to my kids while you're still alive." And the cockroach is like, "Great, that sounds like a lovely idea," and just follows the wasp home.
We talked about
Yeah.
some of this, didn't we, Ron, in one of our Halloween episodes about zombies?
Yeah. Oh, there's another wasp that insulates its house with the bodies of dead ants. What?
Very
like-
eco.
I know. And then also it's like, apparently other things won't come and eat it because they're like, oh, it smells like rotting animal.
Oh,
in it."
gross.
I had one last question on nudibranchs before we move over to coral.
Yeah.
I'll try and answer it for you, Ron.
What ailments do traditional medicine people grind them up for? I'm just assuming they're the sort of thing that, you know.
It's usually penis dysfunction, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, they are being used to study to cure cancer. But that's more in a research point of view rather than a I once at a comedy gig actually, and a guy started talking about selling the essence of nudibranchs, and I was like, what? And then he brought out this vial of things, and he was like, yeah, this is, and I was like, are there nudibranchs in there? And he was like, it's the essence of nudibranchs. And I was like, what? And he's like, I channeled them from the stars, their celestial cohorts. And then I looked at the ingredients, and it was like brandy and water. And I was like, no. But yeah, it's yeah, that's they're being, because how they morph in and how they steal stuff and how they absorb, like how they do photosynthesis, they are being researched, but specifically they're being studied to cure cancer. But I don't know if people are using them for like shady side cuts. Like, here you go, eat this.
Your lungs will be outside.
Yeah, exactly. You'll have naked gills.
They could be like used as like sexier leeches.
Ooh, that would be fun.
You know, like if you need to be bled, but the black, like ugly leech isn't your thing.
Yeah, they do. So they have really like muscular feet and stuff, but they are very picky about what they eat. So you'd have to have like the bloodthirsty.
Maybe
nudibranchs.
like because they love jizzing on things, you could use their jizz for stuff because they're giving that away.
Yeah, it's very. I mean, some for you, everybody.
Yeah,
get
you
a
just
little
you
bit
leave
of-
them in a tank with loads of those like slippery jelly things that you get from gift shops, you know, that just like run through your hands, and then you can come back and harvest the jizz, and sell it as face cream or something.
like salmon sperm.
Yeah.
Like makes you youthful, or colorful. I don't know.
Okay, so
Although they
let's
don't
move
really
on to
live more than a year.
coral then.
Okay. So coral was the first thing that I studied. It is so coral. Do you know what do you know about coral? Do you know
Marlin's wife, she dies very early on, and he is left with poor Nemo.
It's sort of
Okay.
a peachy orange color, isn't it?
Well, okay. So there's loads of different species of coral. So coral is a
Wait. I get to do a joke and a real answer.
Oh.
Sorry. Do you know what? I didn't even expect it to be a joke. So when you said it's a peachy color, I was like, well, I guess some of them are, but there's loads of different species. I didn't catch it was a joke. I'm so sorry. I should have picked that up. Really. That was a
Well-
very funny joke.
Well, no, not if you didn't get it. Don't not let me give a joke and a real answer and then say your joke was so shit and I didn't realize.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Coral.
I liked it.
Coral's not a plant, but doesn't coral do sort of a kleptoplasty thing as well, where it will have like cyanobacteria or something in it, and then that's one of the real big problems for when the oceans get hot, because then they lose all of the stuff that lives in them, which is what coral bleaching is. And then they're animals, they're not plants, and then they live in sort of skeletons that they build for themselves out of calcium or something.
That was really close. The answer is it's a peachy color. No, you got a lot of it. So basically, it's a plant and an animal. So it's a symbiotic relationship. So you have the plant, which is the zooxanthellae, and then you have the animal, and they live together. So even though there's loads of different species, like if you're looking at a single polyp, so you know how some of coral looks like it's a bunch of different circles, like little tiny that are like, I don't know, half a centimeter across. That's like a single polyp. And so the polyp is the animal, and it's got a load of plants living inside. And so the plants will do photosynthesis and give the animal oxygen and food, and then the animal gives the plant carbon dioxide and a place to live. And then the animal will basically secrete out calcium carbonate, and that becomes the structure that it lives on. So basically like poops out its home, which is not a poop, but because it poops out of but it's like it grows its own home, right?
Yeah.
So it all sits on. And then like back in the day when you used to buy coral in a gift shop because people are awful, you're basically buying the dead skeleton, which is the calcium carbonate.
Yeah.
And it grows very slow. So like we're talking like a centimeter a year, maybe. And then at night when the sun sets, then coral will also feed, the animal will feed itself. So at night it looks really cool because during the day, all the tentacles are kind of tucked in, so it looks like a nice little neat circle. And then at night they come out and there are like these waving tentacles, and then any particles that go by, they'll try to like catch them for additional food.
Yeah.
But they can't survive on that food alone, so they need the plant to survive. And when bleaching happens, that's when the plants go into the water column. So that's why it's not dead, but it turns bright white. And then the animal can pretty much live for like 2 weeks until it finds another plant. And if it doesn't find a plant within 2 weeks, then it will die.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It's not much notice. Most
No,
landlords give you a
yeah.
month.
Yeah, I know. And just 2 weeks, that's it. And then the plants also can only survive in the water column for so if they don't find each other again, if they don't find a new love.
I don't think it's
they're
love if you've
done.
got to find it in 2 weeks or you die. I don't know if we call that love. I think we call that a relationship of convenience.
But I don't know.
Like if Tom left me tomorrow and I got told to find a new husband or I'll die, I don't think I'm going to think of this second person as love. I'm going to think of it
Yeah, I
as some
suppose.
weird cosmic blackmail bullshit.
And I suppose corals live longer than humans as well. So in a lot of ways, if you're going, 2 weeks in the life of a nudibranch is huge because they only live up to a year. So that's like a good chunk of your life. So, but with coral living hundreds of, then actually it's kind of a blip. You're right. Maybe it's
No,
not
you
enough.
haven't lost me, Laura. I'm just respectfully listening to people speak.
Oh, sorry. You just hadn't laughed or said anything, and I thought you'd gone.
I thought I was doing my signature breathing into the microphone.
So it's really sad. So this is why you'd never touch coral. Like, don't ever
Right.
touch it, because when you touch it, it stresses it out, and that'll cause it to bleed.
Samesies, Coral. Samesies. I don't like touching people either.
Yeah, it's a lesson to live by, actually.
Yeah. Laura and Coral, leave them both alone. Don't touch them.
Is it true that some corals, like jellyfish, are kind of like like they have a sort of a circular life cycle where they're jellyfish and then they go away and then they land somewhere and then they grow into coral? Is that a thing that happens?
Yeah, so when coral spawns, they'll
Yeah.
like release, and then they have to find a substrate that is good enough to start growing on. So they'll find like a hard surface and then eventually they'll start secreting the calcium carbonate and build it into like a bigger head of coral. And the different species secrete different shapes. So you have like the branching coral, which will look like a bunch of branches, and because they secrete out their calcium carbonate in a different way. And then you have like the brain corals, which are like a big circle that just keeps getting bigger.
Fan coral?
But yeah, fan coral. So that's like a soft coral. I don't know as much about soft coral. I'm more of a hard coral kind of girl.
Fair.
But yeah.
And then they spit their stomachs at each other to fight?
What?
Right?
Like for the acid
So-
in it?
No. Okay, so you have colonies.
What I'm now
I-
picturing is like lager louts outside of a pub, like fighting each other with their beer bellies.
Well, okay, so no, not all of them do. Okay. So all right, so at night when all of the stomach comes out, like the tentacles come out to feed, right? Then they'll. But is it over a competitor? Do they fight each other? I thought it was just to like.
I thought it was for space in between them.
Yeah, well, some of them will send out tentacles so that they don't. Yeah, different species on the edge, but it's not. I didn't think that was their stomach. The sweeper tentacles are like what they do for space to like. They
Please,
send out, like,
please don't think
sweeper-
I'm informed. I'm going off of like a David Attenborough thing that I've seen like 10 years ago. If that's not their stomach, I will go with you as the authority.
Well, there's different types of things that they'll send out, but I feel like I'm sweating again. I'm like, so sweeper tentacles will they'll send them out to make sure no corals like land and start growing around them, because once they're so if any, basically it's the NIMBYs. Right?
Oh, yeah,
don't-
okay.
Yeah. So those are sweeper tentacles. They'll go out and be like, get the hell out of my backyard. Poor. No. But the stomach fights, that I don't know about the stomach fights. I should have known about the stomach fights. Are these hard corals or are they soft corals?
I reckon hard, but that's speculation. I'm pulling that out my ass.
You're pulling your stomach out of your ass or just this information?
I mean, it's kind of the same thing when it comes to coral. Because they poop out their mouth. It's kind of.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, I brought the whole podcast down.
And that's hard to do because we don't go high.
Do that.
Hey, don't worry. If we don't know the answer, Ron, we'll put this on the list to do a Detentron episode on coral stomach fights.
It's a lot of pressure. You only have one guest a year, and I feel like I'm gonna write a whole lot. I'm gonna send you some. You're getting a lot of voice notes after this episode. I'll be honest.
I'll piece together an extra episode out of voice notes from Robyn. Because some of you
Then
might
you'll
think
come
she's
in.
joking, but I've known Robyn for probably 12 years now. I know the anxiety spirals this woman can end up in and the length she will go to feel like a good person when one sets in. So I feel like we should just tell you we've had a lovely time. You have not let the podcast down, and everybody listening to this is enjoying it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Okay. All right. So, in theory, some hard corals fight to digest their neighbors' foods. So okay, because at night when the tentacles come up and all the filaments are going down, but I think it would be more about fighting for food rather than space. Because when you're in a colony, and I'm sure, some coral reef ecologists will absolutely correct me, but right. So if you just Google like a hard coral, you'll see like a ton of different circles on it, right? Or for example, like a diploria. There's different species, but
Is that the one from Back to the Future?
I don't. No, actually, okay. So if you Google Monastrea annularis or
because I can
Monastrea
spell
cavernosa,
that, Robyn.
I just googled a hard coral.
all right, no, Monastrea cavernosa is probably one of just Google Monastrea cavernosa and you'll see a bunch of different circles on like a head, right? Because that's one of the head
I'm
corals.
really hoping that Google can do the work for my spelling here.
Mine's come back with Monem Vasia, a place in Greece.
Oh no, I found it. I found it on coralsoftheworld.org.
I've been to Monem Vasia, actually. It's very beautiful.
A great star coral, it says in brackets here.
It's kind of like, it's a big rock in the sea, and then there's a town.
So
There might be nudibranchs around it.
coral.
Is this
Or
what I'm
it might
supposed to be looking at?
No, absolutely not. Montastrea.
Too fast, Robyn! M-O-N-T... Carry on.
ASTRAE.
G-R-A... Oh, yeah, I found it.
This looks like an acne
How
outbreak.
dare you? How dare you think we were going to get that without help?
Okay, so each one of the little circles that you see on it, right?
It looks like that vagina dentacular kind of situation.
So this is when the tentacles are all tucked in. So each one of those circles is a polyp, right? So you've got your animal, and then like filled with the zooxanthellae, which are the plants. And then at night, right? So if you like each one of those circles like opens up like a little flower, and you've got all the tentacles that are like at night, right? So I can imagine that if you Google it at night, you can see some of the tentacles up, right? So if they're fighting for food, they would fight with their neighbors for food. However, all of those polyps are part of the same colony. So I don't really understand why they would be fighting for space within each other, because they're all like...
No, I think it's the different species at the edges of the colonies.
Oh, okay. This is why I was so in the same way that you have like the sweeper tentacles that just stop any other species of corals from settling there.
Yeah.
These guys use their stomach to be like, oi, bleh, bleh.
Yeah.
Which, I'll be honest, if you want some space, puking on somebody is absolutely a good way to get them to move.
Especially if you then suck it up again afterwards.
That's true. I mean, I've been on many a tube rides in London where that has absolutely worked. So, yeah. But no. So yeah. So that's like one colony of a coral, but then different shapes and stuff. So you have like Acropora cervicornis, which is the branching coral, and that one looks like a bunch of sticks, but it's only if you like zoom in that you can see the individual polyps and the dots on them, but that one grows like pretty quickly. And then you have like Acropora palmata, which is the one that looks like giant hands that just grow out in different shapes. So that one is like, here you go, and it looks very fun.
Cool.
Their tentacles at night are nuts because they look like creepy little mouths that they're like, yeah.
I wish I had tentacles that came out of me at night and they could slap my snoring husband away.
Sweeper tentacles that just push them off the bed.
Yeah. Well, this has been amazing, Robyn. Thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing your joy with us. Oh, did we just lose the Google Meet?
Me. Are you still there?
We are. We've lost the video. The
We're
heat
here.
is playing havoc with Ron's laptop, and
It really is. It's
various
like the old days.
things keep coming and going. But basically, we would like to say thank you. And when can people see you, find you, follow you, and hear more of your joyous, exuberant science comedy?
So, Comedy for the Curious is on Instagram, Comedy for the Curious. It is at Edinburgh Fringe for the whole month, and it also goes to Australia, to Perth and Adelaide every year. And then Shrink Wrapped, the live therapy show, is at Shrink Wrap Show. It's also, we've started a TikTok as well. And we have clips of all the shows. But that one is monthly in London. And it's also at the Edinburgh Fringe, and it's also in Australia and Shaftesbury. It's going around to anywhere I can find a psychologist, really. We will go. So,
And they're both wonderful shows. Thank you so much, Robyn, and happy 4th anniversary to Lexx Education. Thank you to all our listeners for enjoying the show, and thank you to our patrons who support us and make it worth doing. We're very grateful. Thanks to everybody at Mercury, our new network as well, which is helping to pay for the podcast, for the technology that we use and all that jazz. We're very, very grateful. Here's to 4 more years, Ron. 4 more years.
4 more years.
4 more years.
And Gnocchi's come to say hello as well for 4 years.
That's Ron's cat, Robyn.
Yeah.
I'm using my neighbor's pod Wi-Fi because mine is too shit.
It's
We're
been,
to the
can't say
confessions
hi.
part of the
it's
podcast.
been better than Ron's.
No, sorry, I missed a sentence. The connection there was the reason why you didn't get to see my cat is because I'm at my neighbor's. I'm actually at my neighbor's house. I didn't just steal.
It's just the Wi-Fi through the walls. Well, thanks to Robyn's neighbour too, the true hero of our 4 years of podcasting. We're super, super grateful. We'll see you in our 5th year, I guess, next week.
Shit.
I didn't realize we were still recording.
We will remain recording until I say the classic words, class dismissed.
Okay, I didn't. That's right. My neighbor's lovely.